Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Brownstone's Best Business Review. I'm Paulette, and you are hanging out with us this afternoon to talk directly to you in regards to new books, new challenges, new opportunities, and also we're talking directly to Roshawn Dorsey today of Miss Rose Dance Closet. But today, we're going to be talking to her about her new book that's come out called Permission to Fly, Fully Love Yourself. And guess what, folks? We're excited to have her here in the Brownstone with us today so that we can get further detail about how to get the book, what it's all about, and what's happening next for Miss Rowe and the dance closet itself. We're going to go ahead and bring her to the stage. Hey, Rowe, how are you? Let's go ahead and get started. What's new, man?
Hello. I'm trying to keep the light on for you.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. So I wanted to jump right in, and we're going to talk about, first of all, number one, how you been? We've been here before.
Yeah.
And then secondly, let's talk about who you are and your dance closet and how you ended up there before we start talking about the book, because something led to the book. So let's talk about that.
I'm sorry, my mom just walked in here, so I'm like, you got it. So the book, Permission to Fly, it started a while ago. I actually started my foundation called Permission to Fly. Fly means to fully love yourself. So I have a nonprofit called Permission to Fly. We mentor to women and girls with rare visible medical conditions, vitiligo, alopecia, lupus, Bell's palsy, which is what I have, which causes paralysis on one side of my face. I feel like that sometime when I'm on the screen like this, it looks like I'm missing teeth or I can't smile or something like that. And I've had to overcome being on these cameras, but it's the paralysis that causes me to look like that. So Permission to Fly started with, I previously had a dance studio. And once I closed that dance studio, I had some major car accidents. I've broken my neck, I've broken my back, ruptured a disc in my back, dislocated my knee, all these things. And one of my students had a rare condition as well called F.L.Y palsy, which is something that happens at birth, and it's like a dislocation of your shoulder, but your arm is never able to fully extend from birth.
Wow.
Yeah. And so she came back to me once, she grew up and everything, and said, let's start something for women and girls. Because I think some little boy said something to her in the store about her arm, and she came and she was feeling really bad. And so that's how we started Permission to Fly. Fully love yourself, to embrace the beauty in those things you can't change.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Now you have done things with this particular nonprofit that you have. You've had events and things like that. So are those conferences, or do you just specifically focus on businesses? How exactly does that work?
So Permission to Fly, again, is our mission is women and girls that are rare. We're open to everybody that may ever feel like that they have an issue, lack of confidence, anything that's going on with them. And so, again, we mentor through the performing arts. So we do a performing arts workshop every year, which is like a passion of mine because I am a former dancer. So we do a performing arts workshop that's open to anybody. And at the end of the workshop, we put on a show that empowers you about your uniqueness. Like everybody in the show has something rare about them. That's one of our staples. And then at the end of the year, we do a gala and a conference.
I love that.
Then we offer a scholarship. So the young lady that I started this with, Ashley, once we started, she was sadly killed in a car accident.
Oh my God.
Right after we got the organization going. So she never got to see it become what it is today.
Wow.
But we offer a scholarship to young girls in her name as well.
Okay.
And I created a word called perseverant. It's persevere and resilient. Perseverant. And
Okay. Okay.
that's somebody
Okay.
that is deeply unstoppable. When you're going through your trials and your tribulations and whatever it is, and us as women, we cannot stop sometimes. No matter what it is, it can be bills,
No.
it can be death, it can be illness,
Yeah.
it can be
Mhm.
whatever. And even though we want to stop, we
Yeah.
can't. And I could not think of a word that meant I'm tired, I want to stop, but I can't. I got to keep going. So I am
Yeah.
perseverant.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
perseverant.
Yes. Woo.
And so
Okay.
we honor someone every year with a Perseverance Award
I
in
love
our
that.
gala. Yeah.
I love that. So I heard you say that you shut down your dance studio, and but you have the dance closet.
I do.
And you also, so explain to me how all of this works, right? So like you have the dance closet, which is a place for dancers and perform folks in the performing arts to get their attire and some of their equipment, like shoes and other accessories that they may have, and my clothes. Okay. And so you have the physical location, and you also have the online location, and through your connection in the community. Now, you and I had a conversation before, real quick.
We
How
do.
long have you been at the location that you're at right now?
I have been at that location 13 years.
13 years. So that means that you have built, number one, a relationship with the people who have come to you for years and years and years. You've probably seen young people grow up in front of your
Grow up.
face,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
And so what I'm hearing you say, because this is so important, especially as we become the griots in our community and the elders, if you will, in our community, the stories that we have heard over the years become a part, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, become a part of what fuels Permission to Fly.
It absolutely. Oh my goodness. So I started as a dance studio, right? And because of the injuries from the car accidents I just spoke of, eventually I had to stop dancing. And so my thinking and thought was I just have to create a new twist to my dream, right?
Yeah.
So I opened Miss Rose Dance Closet, so it allowed me to still be in the community, allowed me to still be in the dance world, and then it allowed me a way to mentor even more because I wasn't competing with other dance schools, right?
I see.
Now I'm working with all these schools and all these kids and getting to know them in a whole different way. Also, people that just come in and see me as a business owner and want to know, how do you do business? How do you run this? How do you do? So I'm mentoring in that way as well, which totally was not expected, but loving it. I immersed myself into our community. So I made a point to pick a spot for mostly brown and black girls because when I had my dance studio, I had to go all other places to find our stuff. And it was hard to find colors that matched us, right? So I'm on the, I immersed myself in the community, got on the board of directors for the city of College Park, all of that stuff. And like you said, some of the stories go into Permission to Fly because even though, again, I said our mission is rare conditions, but it's about embracing your beauty. Right? What's unique about you. So we have little girls that come in, and I have this one story, this little girl, she came in, she was probably like 5, right? And she's a little darker than me, so she's kind of a chocolate coffee color, but all of the dancers at her school weren't black girls. So they're wearing different colors. And her mother wants her to wear her color. And she did not want it. She did not want to wear that color. She did not want to wear coffee. And she cried and she cried and she cried. And you know how you go to the store and you're ready to go and you don't want to get your email address and all of this. It's like, just ring me out. I got to go. Right. That's how her mom was. She's like, no, don't take none of my info. I got to go. But she went to the car and you could hear the baby just crying over these chocolate tights, these coffee colored tights. And her mom came back in and she's like, could you please talk to her for me? And that's where
Yeah.
we become the village. That's where I'm the village in the community.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing for 13 years. You know what I mean? We are the village. So she came back in and my daughter was in there. My daughter was 18 at the time and my daughter's coffee colored. Yeah. And I said, well, Bree, you talk to her because you're more big sister instead of grandma, right?
Right. Yeah.
So she talked to her and she was like, this is what I wear and you're beautiful and all of this. And right at that time, another young lady that we didn't know walked in the store. And I looked at her. I said, what color tights do you wear? She said, coffee. And the little girl just lit up and she saw these other girls that wore the same colors. And then she happily took her tights and went to the car and went to dance with her coffee tights on. Do you know?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's the stuff that I love. That's why I'm there. That's the community. And that's where my passion is to just inspire and enhance. So it's not just rareness, but permission to fly. Fully love yourself, period.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
You are okay, period.
Yes. And you know, it's so funny that you brought that up. We're in a time where in the world where brown skinned girls like us, even because I can attest to that. Now, I wasn't a dancer, but in the arts where I grew up, I was always the only Black girl. And there were certain things that I couldn't wear because I was built like everybody that in my neighborhood, right?
Right.
You know, so I couldn't wear certain things, or I couldn't wear the nice little outfits that all the other little, because I had hips and I had stuff up front.
You were the classic idea.
I wasn't, and to hear that, and so I grew up just like most young Black girls back in the day, and probably even still now. But it's more commercialized. I think people are more comfortable with curvy women. You grow up believing, number one, that, you know, you gotta stay in the gym. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. And genetics don't lie. You're gonna be who you're gonna be. But somehow we continue to keep beating ourselves up. And, you know, and it's funny to hear you talk about this permission to fly. I literally spent up until my 30s spent my entire life hiding because I physically was not comfortable with what I looked like, because I didn't fit the norm of what women were supposed to look like.
Right.
And so to hear this, so let's dig into the book, because even though it may not be a physical malady or you know, something that happens to you, I was born this way. Okay. You've seen me. I'm well endowed. And so even in situations like that, where it's just something that you're naturally born with, let's talk about what's in the book and how something like that could help someone like myself, or maybe a daughter or granddaughter, which in my case, I got a granddaughter that's at that age, right? And we're starting to see the changes. So what do we say to our babies?
Well, it's my favorite saying that I didn't know was going to become my saying, but it's embrace the beauty in your uniqueness. Mm-hmm. Embrace and love those things you cannot change about yourself. Learn to love them. And then in turn, you'll be able to uplift someone else, bring them along and get them to learn how to soar and fly. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about, when I got Bell's palsy, which is where all of this started, right? Because I'm like you. It took me a long time to like who I am. I dealt with colorism. You know what I mean? Before I had the Bell's palsy and anything like that, it was colorism. My prayers at night, my mom is light skinned, my dad is dark. My prayers at night was, God bless my pink mommy and my Black daddy, right? That's how, because it just, all I saw was color. And to me, I grew up in what I call superficial California. So they wasn't, and back in the day, you know, big butts wasn't the thing back then. No. Definitely not in California. So, you know, I was just like that little dark girl. Yeah. You know, somebody called me dark and lovely once, and I think that let me float. I was like, they saw me. Do you know what I mean? They
saw you. I love it.
And dark and lovely became the thing for me. So in the book, we're telling you how to look in the mirror, and it's not about what anybody else sees. It's how
Mhm.
you have to look in the mirror and see yourself. So when I got Bell's palsy, like people look at me now, like if I didn't tell you I had it, you wouldn't know I had it. You know, and people are like, I didn't even know there was anything wrong with you.
No.
But I see the missing teeth. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking on this camera right now, and I think everybody's looking at me going, why would you put this lady on here and she didn't put her teeth in? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I get it. But
So,
that's not what I see. I see
that's
wrong.
not what you see. It's got to be what I see.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Fully love yourself.
Yeah.
So you can't go on what standards are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the goal in the book is to get you to learn and look at you. Just you.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Look at you.
Mhm.
And then smile and see that crookedness.
Right.
And then if you can't do anything about it, then find a way to love it so that you're not consistently going, oh, my teeth, oh, I'm missing teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
I get
So
it.
I'm still a work in progress myself.
Yeah. I think that never goes
all.
away though. Yeah, absolutely. And it's so funny that you bring that up because it's a step-by-step process, isn't it? It doesn't happen. So I know, and so tell us what can we expect when we read the book? What processes are you providing to the reader when it comes to how they can continue to learn how to love themselves where they are?
Well, like we spoke. I guess I didn't say it on here. I created a word called perseverant. So it's persevere and resilient, and it's when you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, because what stops somebody else in their tracks may not affect you. So everybody's like stopping point that like knocks them to their knees is different. And there's 4 steps of being perseverant, because we're all perseverant at every step. But step number 1 is you got to go through your storm first, whatever your storm is. You got to feel all your feels. You know what I mean? If you feel bad and you feel ugly and you feel sad and you got to go through that. Feel the feels. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that analogy when you're going through a storm and somebody's always like, you got your child in the car saying, Mommy, pull over. It's just too much, pull over. And you're like, I can't pull over. And they're screaming and hollering and your head is like this because they're screaming, but you keep going.
Yeah.
Eventually you see the light and you get through that storm. And you look back and you ask your child, you're like, what happened to the people that stopped?
Woo!
They're still in their storm.
Yeah.
So that's one, you got to go through your storm. You got to feel your feels.
Yeah.
Just to be perseverant. That makes you perseverant because you accepted it. And then step 2 is to like accept where you're at. You went through your storm. This is where you're at now. You got to accept it. And that's a process in itself.
That is. Oh, my goodness. The acceptance part. Yeah.
Accept where you're at. Yeah. And then step number 3 is start to live again. Start to live in this new you, this whoever you see in the mirror, this new you, or this person that you finally accepted. Then start living as that person, living in who you want to be. Okay. To get to step 4, which is to fly and uplift somebody else, fully love yourself and bring somebody else along with you.
Oh, that is so good. Wait a minute. Wait. So step 1, let's go through it again.
Step 1 is crawling. Crawling.
Okay, wait.
You just gotta crawl. Just get through it however you can.
Get through it. Okay.
Step 2 is to walk when you start to accept. Step 3 is to run because you're starting to live again. And then step 4 is to fly.
And step 4 is
crawl, walk, run, fly.
Crawl, walk, run, fly. I love it. And in that order, because to your point, I never thought about it like that. So when we're crawling, we're just getting through it. Now, here's a question that I have for you. In that crawling stage, we can get stuck there, can't we?
You can get so stuck. You can get so stuck. And that's just that's a place where you hopefully have a support system. And if you don't, you're praying.
Mm-hmm.
Because what is the one thing you always do when you get knocked down? Where are you at? On your knees.
Yep.
What you need to do while you're down there.
Yep. Yep. You're right. You're right.
You gotta have some faith. But faith is not always easy to keep.
No. That part. And that's a hard thing too. When we continue to, so okay, now my brain is on two cylinders now. Because now you've brought something else into the fold. So when we're talking about, because I'm still in the crawl phase. Crawl. If we're not careful, we'll stay there.
You stay in that storm.
Yep, we're staying in the storm. Or as some people like to use biblical terms or whatever, we'll say, we're looking back and like Lot's wife did, and we'll turn into that pillar. We stay stuck, right? And so I'm hearing you say that with your faith, whatever that looks like for you, that's where I'm going to say, whatever that looks like for you, in addition to accepting, because I think that's an acceptance phase. Maybe no, it's not. That's walk. Okay, so you're just getting through it. You're getting through it. You see who you are. You accept what
you're feeling all the feels. You're feeling whatever you need to feel.
You don't like it. And then here comes that faith. And with that faith, that's that point. Is that the realization point too? Kind of like, now, wait a minute now I got to get up from here. I got to do something. What am I going to stay here?
That's when you start. I would think that's when you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, when you're coming through and making your way. Mm-hmm. Like you starting to toddle.
Got it. So it's that.
It's like you're starting to realize, look, I got to get up. I can't stay in this funk. Ooh. Okay, it's okay to be in the funk for a second because you got to feel what you feel.
Yes.
But so where you're at, it's like you're starting to toddle. It's like, I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I got to get up and walk. I got to be perseverant because I'm digging down deep. And all of these are versions of being deeply unstoppable.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
So, but I like you just added a toddler phase for me.
I mean, but that's how it because I think that's where you have to make a decision. Some of this is decision making, because in my head,
absolutely,
I'm thinking, what was Paulette doing? Now I'm putting me in this mix when we're talking about this, because that book is definitely for me. When I was crawling, okay, I was like, now Lord, I know this is how you made me, because let's keep it 100. One of the reasons why I should do more, but did not in my early 20s and even in my late 20s, was because I thought people were doing what they did when I was a kid. I was walking around here built a certain way, and I was shamed for it. I was blamed for things that were not my fault because people didn't know how to keep their hands to themselves and so forth. A lot of us have been there, right? And so I carried that. Okay. And so I crawled for a long time hiding. How did I hide? I hid in plain sight with big clothes. I hid in plain sight, purposely putting on weight so you wouldn't see what I was, who I really was physically. And that impacted how I went to school. That impacted my social life, my dating life, my relationships. It impacted everything. So when I think about the crawl phase and having that snap out of it moment, it did start with my faith. Like, God, I know you didn't create me to be just here hiding until the moment that I close my eyes for the last time. You got to show me something else, because this ain't it. I'm not happy, and I'm hiding so everybody else can be comfortable and feel okay around me. And then so when I started to toddle, I would poke my head out like a little turtle every once in a while to kind of
yes.
And then I
testing it out. Yeah. Because you did go back to your comfort zone.
Yeah, like, ooh, okay, I made it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I said, okay, well, maybe it's okay for me to come out here and walk just a little bit through this phase. And so that's where that walking, and then, I could look in the mirror and accept that this was the way that it was. All right, now, let's go buy some clothes and stuff that's going to fit.
Right.
All it is.
Right.
I'm so glad that this is a thing, because you know what, Ron, nobody's talking about this.
I'm loving this conversation because you're showing me that you're confirmation for me right now too. That my analogy makes sense to people.
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Because women like me, I've seen it time and time, and I even see it on social media, right? So like the inboxes and the comments that I receive, and I don't know if you get any, but I do, because I'm constantly on social media all day. And so I am not fearful any longer of showing my full figure. I don't care. You go, this who I'm is, this is what you gonna get. So, okay, I'm cool with that. But at the same token, the inboxes come. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You should hide that. Or I don't see how you could do something like that. Your husband should be ashamed. First of all, boo, I'm not married. And even if I was, that's none of your business. But
I'm sorry you're getting those.
Oh, it is ridiculous. And it depends on which platform that I use the most. And it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because it's from us. It's from women.
Yeah.
It's never from men. But I've learned in that. See, here's another aspect that maybe this is helpful for you. Your book is necessary not just for women or individuals who have these physical. It is women who have to learn how to love themselves. Those are the women that are inboxing me.
Yes. This book is not just for rareness. You're right. It's not just for accepting you. It's kind of one of those things that one of the things I want to do is get out and speak to like HR or corporate to learn how to talk to people that walk in for an appointment and they don't look like you. There's something different about them. So you need to teach people how to act. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So don't be like, right. Teach your corporate people, your interviewees or whatever they are, how to respect people that are different, that don't look like you, that aren't the standard of whatever. Do you know? Yeah. And so the book is for them too. Yeah. You're absolutely right. It absolutely is. And there's lessons in there in the book for how to act and what to and how to say and how to get through. So there's lessons in the book. But another thing that you said that is one of the main reasons that Permission to Fly exists is that we're helping younger girls, so they're not our age, just learning to love themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Don't wait till you're got kids and you do. It's like we want you at 13 to be lifting up your sister right next to you, just feeling like, and so I did a workshop once with some teenage girls. And I asked them all how they felt about themselves and what they thought looked different. And the things that they were saying, like one girl, she was just, I think she thought her shoulder was higher than the other side, right? Nobody could see it, but it made her not want to dance because she thought everybody was talking about her. And all of her friends in there were like, what?
Right.
You think you're like this amazing dancer. What are you talking about? Yeah. But she was hiding in a shell. Yeah. But after that class, all her classmates were like, girl.
Right. Yeah.
They didn't even know that she was even thinking anything like that. But she's been sitting there in her shell.
Yeah.
Because she thought she looked so different.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't anything anybody could see.
Right.
So that's what Permission to Fly is about. It's like, I want to get the girls here, and then I want to get the women that are here, my age, that are still in their shell.
Yes.
And it's a process, if I can even get you just to start peeking your head out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not stopping. You're still going.
Yep. You're still going. And that's so important because guess what? You still got breath in your body.
Okay.
Which means you got some living to do. You got some living to do. And that's important. Yeah. And the impact. Let's talk about that because with the workshops that you do and the gala and the awards with Perseverance and all of that, the impact that just you yourself with living by these principles, you may never see. There's going to come a time where we will have not physically gone on, right? But we've moved on to the next phase of our lives, and not ever really realizing the impact that we've had on other people. And I know if you're anything like me, which I'm sure you are, you're not doing it for that reason. It is literally because you don't want other people to waste their lives, whether they're young or they're middle-aged or they're older. If you still have breath in your body, there is still something that you should be able to give
Right. Absolutely.
to this world, even your own life experience, not just to others, but so that you can embrace and enjoy the life that you're here to live. We don't talk about that enough at all.
We don't. And so I'll say this too, with my dancewear store, I found myself getting drained and tired and stopped working, and this whole woe is me at a point, right? And then I reached back and I was like, you can't be like this. And I realized I'm not operating in gratefulness. Once I stopped being sulky and just operated in, your store is here. You got a customer today. It wasn't empty. Somebody came in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you start operating in gratefulness, then, and sometimes when I wake up, I literally just smile, and that just feels different than not smiling. It's like, even when I'm like, just smile. Do that to myself. I'm like, just smile. Do it. Yeah. And it feels different when you wake up, and that's just what I got to do. So I think that Permission to Fly is, I created it for others, but I need it just as much as everybody else. I love that. I'm a member of Permission to Fly because we're all a work in progress.
Yes. It never stops. It never
stops. I need my people too.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Let's go ahead and pull up this image again of the book itself. Once again, it is called Permission to Fly. Fully Love Yourself, y'all. That's an acronym. So I think it's 2 ways in one, which I love. By Roshawn Dorsey, also known as Miss Ro of Miss Ro's Dance Closet. I absolutely love that. Let's talk about where we can find you. So, of course, we know the book has a website, right? And there it is.
Permissionfly.org. I'm starting Roshawn.com. So I'm excited about that. So you can get it there, and you can get it at MissRoseDanceCloset.com also.
Excellent. So there it is at the bottom.
And Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, and Amazon and Kindle, folks. Let's talk about that. So you can get your copy, and you can start learning how to crawl, learning how to walk, how to run, and then how to fly. And what I love about it is, listen, she already danced. Come on now. So one of the things that I really also enjoy about the 4 steps, or the 4 processes, is it's okay if your wings close down on you. Because you can always go back to the beginning.
You can always go back and stop. So I use this analogy when I speak, and I'm like, stop. When stop comes to your door, what do you usually do when somebody knocks on the door? What do? You look out the window, or you look out the people. Right?
First thing.
But when this kind of stop comes, you just open and boom, it knocks you down. Right?
Yes.
And again, everybody's stop is different. So I got stopped with Bell's palsy, and I learned to fly. But then I got stopped. The door, somebody knocked on it, and then said my daughter-in-law Ashley was dead. Do you know what I mean? So your wings was clipped in, right? But I had to learn how to keep doing this, because if I let this die, then it dies with her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So initially, I wasn't the face of the organization. I didn't want to be in front of all of this. I did not want to do
Yeah.
this. I didn't want a TV camera in front of me, a video
Mhm.
camera,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be up front because I had lost my smile with this
Yeah.
Bell's palsy.
Mhm.
But then when she left us, I had to become the face. And I
Mhm.
had to learn to
Mhm.
crawl through that and walk through that and run to where I could fly and then eventually write
Yeah.
a book, you know. But yeah,
Right.
my wings have been clipped and you just got to be
Yes.
perseverant through it all.
Perseverant. Come on. That sounds like a t-shirt I need at a camp.
Girl, I get
Listen.
you one. I will send you one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this. So, y'all, I am grateful, first of all, Ro, for you coming in here and talking about this, because more of us need to be honest and forthright. Because I think what has happened, let me just say this, with the advent of social media and all of the YouTubes and the blue sky and the skylight and TikToks and all those things, we always want to be perfect. We always want to be quote unquote our best selves. But why can't we just show up as ourselves
Exactly.
and let that be the best?
Exactly.
Right where we are. And I think that
Right.
women of a certain age, I'm just going to say me, I am comfortable now because I realize just from this conversation, whether you know it or not, I'm realizing if I don't show up as my authentic self, I have 3 daughters, all of them built just like me.
Oh, yep.
If I don't get it together and start showing up as my authentic self, then I don't want to spread that. And they're grown now, right? They've seen
Right,
the
but I
hype
hear you.
come
Yeah.
out, right? I have to learn how to continue to be my best self and be okay with who I am and who God made me to be, because I'm more than just this physical exterior.
Absolutely.
I am who I am. And that's the artsy
And they are
fartsy.
who they are, and
They are
how they should present, how they should
absolutely.
show up. Right,
Yes. Yeah.
exactly. I struggle with that as well. It's like I said,
Mhm.
I went through the colorism and all of that, and my youngest daughter is very dark skinned, and I had
Mhm.
to not project that on
Yes.
her. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
And
she
people
would
don't
just be
understand.
lovely. She's dark and lovely.
That's
Period.
it. Period. Like they say, what is this new thing that they do now? What is that?
I do
You
not
said a
know.
word.
Oh, I don't know. I'm learning from you right now. I don't know.
Yes, you said a word. That's it, sis. That's it. So I think it's so important for what you're doing. And so I want
Thank
to
you.
congratulate you for heeding the call.
Thank you.
Um,
Appreciate it.
for
Thank you
people
for
like
having
myself
me.
and others. No, it's an honor. I am always honored to hear the stories of the people that are doing the work that we don't hear about, but we should, because you're doing the work. You're doing the work deep in your communities. You're doing the work in honoring those who are having these moments, and we're not talking about it. Um, and you're opening up a doorway for people to be who they are and be okay with that.
Be okay with it.
It's okay. And I love that.
Okay. Yep. That's
Do
the
you have
goal.
any last words for us?
Fully love yourself.
I
So we
love
always close with permission to fly is not giving you permission.
yeah.
We're here to remind you you've always had permission to fully love yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Come on now. That's it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
grateful for you for having me here. I thank you so much.
Yeah. And as always, y'all listen, make sure that you head over to Miss Rose Dance Closet, also Roshawn Dorsey .com. You can also head over to, hang on just a minute. Let me go ahead and pull that
You
up.
can pick the book up at my store too.
Oh, see, now y'all can go over to the store. You can go
Miss
ahead and get
Rose
it.
Dance Closet on Main Street in College Park, historic College Park. Come get it.
Historic College Park. See, I want to say it like I'm from College Park, but you know.
No,
I've
we're in the
been
historic. We're not College Park. They get mad
No.
when you say that in historic College Park.
Oh, when they say it like that, like College Park. That shows you I've been in Atlanta a long
Yeah.
time. But yeah, so I love it. I'm gonna have to make a swing through. But yeah, most definitely, I am excited for this book. It is available now, and you'll be able to access it also at Brownstone Living Magazine, and also brownstoneworldwide.com as well. We're going to provide you guys the link so that you can go ahead and snag a copy, and also it's on Kindle as well, so you can get it there. So many different places. So I'm excited. Miss Rowe, please continue to let us know where we're going to be able to find you in the future, when your next event is, so we can let people know where you are and where you're going to be. And y'all, thank you so much for joining us once again for another Brownstone's Best Business Review. Roshawn, stick around for a few more minutes. We got a couple of other things to cover. For now, 3 things that we always like to tell every single person before we end every single broadcast. 1, love your life. It is the only one that you have. 2, live your life to the fullest and embrace everything that is your life, because you only get one you. You might as well enjoy it. And lastly, breathe through every single moment. We'll see you around.
Bye.